Hello, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle, Vancouver by Night, New Blood. As a warning, this is a mature game and explores some dark and troubling themes. These may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, drug use, and many others. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams are always going to be available on YouTube after the game, so you can always come back to an episode when you feel ready, or you can skip ahead to the next episode, which will be up on YouTube soon after that. So, thank you to our sponsor, Mikhail Artoria of Artoria Designs, who creates these beautiful dice boxes. You can visit him on Instagram, and I will be putting the link in the chat. This has a bunch of my vampire dice, and it also has some other dice, which I'm going to be mentioning in just a few minutes. Also, Illuminagents. Illuminagents is a comedy web series that weaves real conspiracy theories into its sci-fi short-form episodes. It's shot in Toronto, and this indie production will leave you laughing and questioning reality at the same time. You can watch Season 1, that includes the musical finale episode on Sika.tv. And their Season 1 also includes this guy right here. So, next up is Orc Style. Orc Style is an adults-only fantasy fetish fashion brand for all of you orc-loving monster huggers out there. Orc Style shirts, underwear, and accessories are sure to drop your intelligence and increase your confidence by 10 points. They have also just released their Chompers Orc Tusks. Chompers are perfect for cosplay, roleplay, and streaming. Orc Style's expert tusk enchanters infuse the spirits of great orcs, trolls, ogres, and goblins into magical tusks that will transform the common human into a fierce monster. Martlet Games. Martlet Games is a collective of TTRPG veterans ready to work for you, from tabletop RPG development to actual play production. They have contributed to various Storyteller Vault titles and sponsor channels like this one to help keep the World of Darkness a haven for those with stories to tell. You can visit their link in the chat to explore their world, and they can help you create yours. And Adventure Dice is your Canadian dice for roleplay game accessories and other tabletop gaming goodies. Many of the items on their site are handcrafted in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. And speaking of those dice, those were the dice that I had mentioned earlier that I have in my holder with my vampire dice, because they're awesome, and I have like several groupings. I'm going to say groupings instead of sets because everything mashes together in a dice bag after a while. Several groupings of adventure dice, and I even have one that's in my backpack for when I'm walking around regularly, just in case, somebody yells at roll for initiative. And Demiplane. Demiplane is an awesome source for all of the World of Darkness stuff. It also has the Marvel stuff on there. It's got the Avatar Legends stuff on there. It's super useful if you need to look up a rule on the fly and you don't want to flip through like 5 different books on the bookshelf and my books are buried over here under other books. So yeah, it's absolutely amazing, especially for disciplines. If you want to look up a discipline, you can kind of click on that discipline thing in the chat or in the pane for it, and it just brings you up all the powers of that discipline. You can find stuff super easy. So yeah, check out Demiplane, and we have some giveaways at some point soon. So keep an eye on the chat and our ads. You may have a chance to win a full Demiplane Nexus. So, having said all of that, it's time to introduce the friendly neighborhood vampires in this particular coterie. Let's start up here with Michaela.
Good morning, bonjour, et dobre diecie. I am Michaela, otherwise known as Cosmic_Dazai, and I will be playing the Dimitri Violetta Tremblay.
And right beside Michaela is Monica.
Hello, Monica, usually going by Monica M_art. And I'll be playing Sophia today, trying to choose color swatches for the ball to come.
And beside Monica, up here is Joanna.
Hello, my name is Joanna, and I will be playing Antonia for you today, your very friendly neighborhood Ventrue, who absolutely loves the Tsamisi, and we won't talk about it.
And over here to my left, probably your left too, because it flips everything, is Chris.
Hello, I am Chris, aka Key, aka D&D Imposter on all socials. Even though I just said Key, I am playing Key, the Cotery's ministry/legal counsel buddy.
And right between myself and Chris is Alan.
Hello, my name is Alan, and I am playing the old man, the Cotery's resident Nosferatu get shit done kind of guy.
That he is. So, when last we saw the coterie of vampires that you see on your screen, I'm just going to point to the episode in YouTube over there because one of the members of the coterie was called away during that particular episode, and they weren't there for the episode. So they are actually going to, in character, describe what happened in the last episode once everyone congeals back to the Dark Star, which is Antonia's club. You can also check it out on YouTube as well. We are trying to get up to 1,500 subscribers over there, and then we'll have a giveaway. So, with that in mind, with the world of darkness, there's, especially in with vampires, there's always a deal making that goes on in the background. Characters and NPCs, player characters, they're all trying to make deals. The vampire society itself exists on deals. If you make a deal with one side, the other side will be either neutral or nonplussed about it. If you make a deal with the second side, the first side might be unhappy with you. There's been a lot of offers of deals lately with this particular coterie. And with that firmly in mind, I'm going to pass it off to them. So, I believe you are all meeting the next evening at the Dark Star. So, with it being a new evening, I think you all know what's coming. It's time for a Rouse check. And you can do a Rouse check at home if you do exclamation point Rouse in the chat for the Twitch audience.
How many do I roll again? Shoot.
It is a regular, just one blood
Straight one.
die. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Not today, Satan.
I got 9.
Okay, 2 for 2 so far.
There's 3.
Woot woot.
I got an 8.
It's 3 for 3. Elaine, how are we doing?
Uh-oh.
I rolled a 6.
That is also 4 for 4.
no.
Joanna, bring it home.
Sorry.
No.
Oh.
Oh no, so close.
Dang.
Well, like I said, after you all broke basically the record in the couple episodes back, that was the first time we'd had a 5 for 5 for the Rouse check. So, Antonia, what you hear in the back of your mind is that of your sire. And your sire, you hear Antonian.
Yes.
You should probably eat someone. Yes.
Yes. It will happen. I'll get around to it. Sooner rather than later. Don't worry. I'm eating.
Preferably now. Come on.
Quickly. I will get to it quickly.
Don't disappoint me.
I will not. I will never disappoint you.
And then you don't hear anything else from that. So, on a particular evening such as this, what would the Dark Star be up to? What's the vibe of the Dark Star?
The Dark Stars basically has, at this point in time, a relatively busy crowd with a rotation of about 3 DJs going on. They are playing everything from 80s to industrial to goth and everything in between. So it's a relatively busy night.
The DJ is kind of, I don't know. To your senses, they seem mildly off. Like the crowd is moving. The crowd is enjoying it. They seem to be. It seems to be a regular night, but for you as the club owner, you're kind of picking up that something is maybe a little off.
All right, I'm gonna go up to the manager for the evening, the night manager, and see if they have any information. Now they're a ghoul, so they should probably be able to give me some sort of an indication along the lines of what I'm looking for.
Okay, you walk up to them and they're like, "Yeah, boss."
So Roxy, anything weird going on tonight? Because I'm getting a sense that there's not, that things aren't quite okay tonight.
Just before I respond to that, what does Roxy look like?
Roxy has flaming red hair, probably about 5 foot nothing, and just basically has the "don't fuck with me" look on her face. And yeah, she's dressed in, standard kind of rocker gear, your jeans, leather jacket kind of thing. And yeah, she's basically, yeah, I can't say much more than that. You don't want to mess with Roxy.
This particular evening, it impresses you because while you've seen Roxy in kind of variations of the same thing, you haven't really seen this particular ensemble yet, which is like black jeans, combat boots. There's like it's like the black leather jacket, but it doesn't have arms, so it's like the black leather vest, and she's got the pins of like, ministry pinned on her back for that particular thing in denim, but it's not like an official. It's not the ministry clan. It's the ministry band. uh, but it doesn't look like an official, like the thing you would get that you would iron on. It looks like she basically drew it on like a denim jacket and then tore it out of the denim jacket and then pinned it on the back of her leather jacket. So she's like, yeah, I haven't really noticed anything. Nothing really seems off. Why? What's up? Are the ones that were handing out the things back?
It feels like there's a vibe, like it's not quite off. You know how things just like don't quite sync just right sometimes? Well, that's what this is like. It's like something's basically just, vibrating on a different frequency.
In which case, I'm going to give her a roll. Talk amongst yourselves.
Does anyone know the speed velocity of the Enladen Swallow?
Forever Night is the best piece of vampire fiction ever made. Talk amongst yourselves.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I think the old man is still like coming up from his hidey hole, and he's like, he doesn't feel particularly hipper today. He's not sure why. He's just like,
I'm
and
assuming
he starts to make his way up to the club, but he stops himself just before he heads out and make sure he's armed.
what would the old man typically have on himself to kind of arm himself? Like, what would it be, like a melee weapon, a firearm?
I think I know he has a pistol, a 38 special, and then he has like, a small like blade, but that's not for. He doesn't really use that often because he's got these hands, as it were. So
There's just occasionally there's stuff that even with potence, these hands they're not necessarily as what's the word I'm looking for, like kind of precise
yeah,
as what you would need a blade for, really.
and he kind of like takes that into account a bit, and but otherwise he's just like, yeah, but yeah, it's just a weird like feeling he has, but it's just and he for sure like is making sure he's packing a bit,
Yeah, everything is exactly where you kind of stash them usually. I'm okay, just for a bit of flavoring, I'm thinking that the old man's knife is one of the ones that like a dad would have like on his belt with like the little clip over the top of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like the coolest thing, but he keeps it really sharp.
Yeah, he like the old whetstone routine as opposed to
Yeah.
like any grinding or anything like that. It's
No,
like
no,
the
no, no,
old
no.
school way of doing it.
Yeah.
What would Key be up to in just as Key is getting to the club? Like, what would that kind of scene look like?
Key would do the same thing they did every night before they went out, which was dip their fingers in the blood, put it over their eyes, put their gloves back on, sit there quiet for a second, and then just go off to the club. He doesn't really carry too much.
Just as you're about to get to the club.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
A meteorite from orbit. No, I'm kidding. Key gets a text. This is an unknown number. As far as you can see, there's no actual numbers associated with it. Like when you open it up, there's just asterisks where it's like the 10 digit where the 10 digit numbers.
Yeah. What does it say?
Send me $100 for your share of my riches.
That's it? That's all it says?
That's all it says.
Oh no, Key's not falling. Key's not gonna respond to that. Key fell for a Nigerian email scam back in the 90s, and since then learned their lesson. They're not gonna delete the text though.
And for everyone playing the home game, it's important to throw your characters, your players, curveballs every once in a while. Get them all really nervous about stuff and then be like, nope, not quite.
Not today.
Now I don't know. Was the tech was what? What was the curveball? It could be anything. Is there hidden meaning in this?
There might be.
There's not.
Do you want to open it? Fine. click the URL, Key.
Okay, first of all, he doesn't have street smarts, so
Sophia.
Sophia is going to be juggling way too many things in her hands, from fabric swatches to vase options, and of course she's dragged along her ghoul this time, who is also holding way too many different flowers. And
He has a lot of stuff in his hands. He has like a large. It's a see-through bag so that Sophia can, if Sophia changes her mind on something, so that she can point in the plastic bag and go, okay, no, not instead of this one. And he's like carrying a bag. He's got stuff in his arms. He's got the flowers. He's like trying to juggle all of this stuff.
did you get the plates too? The plates that I asked for? The porcelain plates? The china plates?
And he's trying to like open it up.
Oh, don't drop it! Don't drop it!
And he pauses for a sec.
Mm-hmm.
And he just stuffs his face into the bag because there's nowhere else to put all the stuff in his hand. And he comes out with like he's holding it in his lips, like.
Ah, beautiful, wonderful. Okay, great. We've got everything. I think so. Yes. No. Maybe.
And
I forgot the crystal.
Much like the himbo golden retriever that you have ghouled, he kind of turns his head sideways and like readjusts it so that the plate goes back in. It's like, yeah, it's in there. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, great. Okay, I have to text Brayden to see if I don't know. Oh God, there's so much stuff. All right, well, we've got to go. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. And he follows along, much like aforementioned golden retriever himbo.
And we're just walking towards the Dark Star.
You get a text.
She kind of like puts 5 more things on top of the ghoul, and here, hold on to this. Don't break anything. And she goes to check her phone, and she opens it.
At that point, I'm actually going to make a roll for him because he's not the most dexterous person on the planet. So you remember how you said don't break anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something slips out of his hand. It's like it would probably be like the certain like champagne or wine glasses that you had that are specifically that you had set up perfectly. You were like, okay, these would look absolutely fantastic with blood in them. And then you hear it as you load stuff up on him. You can hear like he's like trying to juggle stuff, and then you hear a.
What did I just hear? What did I just hear? What did I just hear?
Nothing.
Better.
Sorry.
We're gonna have a talk about this later, okay? We're gonna have a talk. We're gonna have a talk later. Now's not the time. We don't have the time right now. But we're gonna talk about this later.
I understand.
It's okay. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
Oh, you're terrible at this. And she goes and she tries to compose herself and ready herself to read whatever is happening on her phone. She doesn't need this, doesn't have time for this, but it's time.
It's a text message from Brayden.
What does it say?
How's the planning coming along?
There's like a flash of just overwhelmed panic in her eyes, and you just hear her foot tapping as she's like trying to figure out how to respond to this text message. She just goes, "It's coming along swimmingly. Everything's under control." Just finalizing some options. It'll be fabulous, and sends it off.
That was amazing because I don't think I've ever seen more of a Toreador response of like, help me. But with the composed like, oh, it's fine. What are you talking about? It's great.
Of course.
That was awesome. Violetta.
Hey. Hello.
There's a little bit of paperwork that's getting cleared up by your newly acquired ghoul. But other than that, things seem to be. He seems to be actually doing well, to your surprise.
I suppose I should pay him eventually.
Eventually.
And like at that, I just take out my checkbook because she is old and she believes in using checkbooks. And she thinks to herself, she's like, someone can live off of $700 a month, and then writes down 700.
Wow, that is old school.
Back in my day, I went to school and I didn't have any student debt. Why don't you just pick yourself up by your bootstraps?
Wow. Yeah. So they take the check. So this is like for the week, right?
Excuse me?
This is weekly, right?
Let me ask you a very serious question. What is it, without me having to reprimand you, that you actually do well?
Filing.
Filing.
Yeah.
An intern's job.
Yeah. I get not well
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
I guess
I
so.
give you room and board. I give you room and board, and you have to ask me if this is weekly. Come
Well,
here for a second. I
uh,
just soy hablando, and I was speaking. You're trying to talk. I'm talking right now. I'm talking.
they clam up.
I'm going to walk over towards them. And I'm just going to just stand and look at them before lighting my cigar. I just want you to think of something for just fraction of a second, if you will. I'm sure even someone like you would be able to understand this without me having to degrade my language to make it fit into yours. You work for me. I'm having you work for me out of a mercy, if you will. Because let's be quite honest, if you didn't have me, you'll just ruin your life like the fuck up you are. You'll never fucking figure it out. And I'm here generously giving you room and board and paying you for something a fucking intern can do. And you have the fucking audacity, and I flick my lit cigar at them, to fucking ask me, as if I'm mistaken. Is this weekly? Is this weekly? You think this is fucking funny?
Well, no.
You think this is funny?
No.
Why the fuck are you smiling?
Well, just okay. I was
I
thinking.
just want to know what's funny. I want to be in on the joke. Tell me.
Well, I was thinking if I got 700 weekly, then I could set up like, say you for example, like hunters showed up or whatever, and you needed to like not be where you are now, right? We could have like safe houses set up.
You could have just said that before. And no, this money isn't going into your personal account. You know what? You want a raise in your stipend? You are going to write down every single transaction you make. And God help you, if there is one fucking penny missing, I'm taking your fingers. And then when I run out, I'm going to move on to your fucking toes.
Understood.
Start keeping a chart of what you spend and what you don't. Okay,
Yes.
great. Continue with what I asked you to.
And
And I want updates without typos.
as soon as you said continue with what I asked you to, he started moving because he knows the drill by now.
Great. Fucking great. And I'm going to like write out another check and specifically put down like not for personal use on it and put in the nice envelope. I stamp it. And I also put in a nice note. Report everything that you spend just to make another nice clear reminder before I head out for the night.
I think Violetta and Steve the Storyteller have two different versions of what the word nice means.
I've been very pleasant so far.
It's true. You haven't taken any fingers or toes.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It was an accident.
Wait, what?
It was an accident. It was really it was really his fault anyway, and I want an apology from his family.
That's true.
Yeah.
So is Violetta making her way over to the Dark Star?
She is.
Excellent.
I don't have anyone to reprimand or verbally degrade, so who else better to find than at some fucking club?
Oh man. All right. So let's fast forward to everyone getting to the club. And Antonia, you are still feeling that things are off. Give me a wits and awareness roll, please. As for everybody else, Sophia, you come into the Cotery entrance with the ghoul in tow, and he is not small, so he has to kind of like minorly squish the bag down a little bit and try to like get through the door.
Don't crunch anything. So help me God, if anything gets crunched, I will feed you to the old man.
Uh, uh, Nothing got crunched.
You better hope so. Now set it down over there.
And he puts it down over there on the little table that is set up in the kind of employee area. Key. Just as you're opening the door for the coterie, you get another text message.
What does this one say?
Same sort of thing. Asterisks for the numbers. But it says, congratulations, you won the Powerball. And there's a URL. Click here to claim your prize.
He's gonna click it.
It starts a call from your phone. I was beginning to wonder when you would call.
Oh no, is this his voice?
It is not.
It isn't.
It is not. You don't recognize this voice at all.
No. He was like, he just responds, oh, sorry, you should have said Powerball the first time. You have my attention now. Where can I collect my money?
There is no money. Key.
Well, this is boring. Do you have anything else interesting to give me then?
Yes.
Well, you can't give me my time back that you're currently wasting. So I think I need some more information.
I'm extending you an invite. You are extremely hard to get a hold of.
Yes, I'd like having my private Instagram. Anyways, invitation for what? It's not the Powerball, so
to join us for a meeting at the local temple.
What for?
We understand that you are kind of more of an independent.
You're not very good with the compliments. I still don't understand. Oh, you should say something to make me feel special, to charm me. Why am I getting an invite?
Because you have connections.
Oh, if you're trying to get in touch with Violetta, I can just give you her direct line if you
No,
need. Sometimes
this
she deals with things for me.
This is not a dragon problem.
Oh, it's a problem. We have a problem now?
It's not a problem. Key. We want you to join our temple.
Baby, what time would I meet you? Because I need you to do something so I can trust you.
And they rattle off a time and an address for 3 days from now.
Okay, I'll go on one condition.
Name it.
Tell me a secret, please.
I know your sire. And they hang up.
That doesn't sound very secret. I wouldn't put it past him to. What would he be doing back here? And he just puts their phone away in their pocket and starts heading to the dark star.
The old man. You are just getting out of the. I'm assuming that there's probably like kind of a separate room where the old man can come out of the sewer with like a specialized grate. Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, I've described it before as like an access door that leads up to kind of like an underground maintenance hallway that then has one door access that leads to a stairwell that goes right into the basement of the Dark Star.
And Vancouver being what it is, and Brick and such being what it is, there's during down the hallway, there's the
A lot of rats.
yeah. Well, it doesn't.
I should have taken control over rats.
There's like the kind of the ambiance of there's the drip you can hear every once in a while, and there's like it seems kind of like it's a damp room.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a note on the door that you would go before you get to the stairway.
I inspect it. Who is it addressed to?
It says old man on it.
Oh, there's only one old man. Is it? I just and I take a look.
There's a list of today's date at the top. It seems like it's you haven't seen this particular type of thing in a while, but it is once you unfold it, it is a regular 16:9, but it is not like a modern piece of paper. It's definitely like somebody put it into like an old school typewriter and like cranked it up and typed it out. Like it's kind of like a letter of recommendation even, or like a cover letter.
Huh.
Where it's got like the date and then it over on the upper left hand side, and it's got the the name of the person, and it's
Ozzy.
the name is it's under Christoph. And the body of the letter itself says, "Old man, hope this finds you well. Jean Morag wishes to meet with you tomorrow."
Have I heard this name?
Yeah, Jean Morag is in charge of the Nosferatu. Not necessarily the Primogen, but you know by reputation that they are the ones that basically kind of organize the Nos. Not necessarily like in charge, as the Nos kind of really don't necessarily do that, but it's just kind of like if somebody needs to know something or needs resources for something, they're the one to go to.
Okay. Then is there like a set time I would go written down?
Not a set time, but most, like, a lot of kind of Nosferatu meetings generally kind of happen, whenever people show up.
Right. Okay.
And attached to this, like, with an old school, like, legal sized paperclip, is a map that's kind of drawn out that only you would understand necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
But it is like you can definitely tell just by looking at it that it is something that's sewer related. Like if you go from here to elsewhere, and the only piece of information that's on it is like a little star, like a little 5-pointed star, and it says "here" written on it, and that's you would know from like kind of the Nosferatu dealings with each other that is like where you are right now.
Okay. I tucked the note in my pocket. Oof. And I don't go up the stairwell. Instead of going into the Dark Star, I go to the location on the
It said tomorrow to go.
paper. Oh, okay, then
Yeah.
yes. That's good because I rolled really low and that would have been a bad call. Okay.
So you're going into the Dark Star then?
I will go into the Dark Star, yes.
Excellent. Since everybody's pretty much there, Violetta, I'm assuming ghoul drive you to the Dark Star?
That is correct.
Okay. They pull up, and as they come around the car to let you out, as is customary, you get a text message. The text message reads as, let's see, where did I write that name down? There it is. The text message reads, "Dearest V, excellent to make your acquaintance last eve. Stop by any time," which is extremely rare. And then there's the dash at the end of it after a few hits of the enter key, and it says, "Miss Stanislava."
I am just going to start navigating on my nice flip phone and just start texting. It's just like, Thank you for the. I appreciate your generosity, Violetta. And then I close my thing and just put it back into my.
I mean, look on the bright side. At least it's not like click, click, click T, click, click H, click, click, click E. At least it's a
She's still
QWERTY
trying to
keyboard.
navigate the ringtone. She's still trying to navigate the ringtones. What is this ringtone rap you urbans speak of?
And your ghoul is like, well, that's, something that happened about, and as that explanation happens as you go into the Dark Star, it's a good time to take a bit of a break. So, come on back in about 7 minutes, everybody, and we will see what happens when everybody gets together and tells Sophia what happened the night before. So, come on back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. And we have all arrived at the Dark Star. So, now that everybody's there, how is everybody getting up to where Antonia is overlooking the crowd that doesn't quite feel right? Which I believe you were about to tell me how many successes you got on that, because we kind of bounced around for a bit.
2 successes.
2 successes? That feeling kind of fades after a while. You're kind of like, initially, you just kind of at the back of your mind, like something feels not right about what is going on right here. But after a while, it just kind of fades in, like the reverberation of the music just kind of like you kind of dismiss it, put it out of your mind.
All right. And Roxy didn't have anything further, any information?
She didn't even feel anything was off to begin with, but over the last like half an hour that you've been waiting for everybody to show up, there's nothing. She hasn't reported anything back to you.
All right. So while I'm waiting for everybody to show up, I'd like to slate my hunger by going to the bar and getting a very, very fresh drink.
The V special?
Yes, the no singers.
Yeah, that's easy enough to do. So your hunger goes back down to 1. And then by the time you get back up to the VIP area, pretty much everybody would be filing in at that point. So let's go with Sophia would probably be there first.
She basically like bursts in a huff and just okay, right. You put the stuff over there, and once again, I swear to God, if anything gets crunched or broken or creased, you know what's coming, right?
No.
I will feed you to the old man.
Right, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay,
That's what's gonna
yeah.
happen if you fuck up. Okay, okay.
Yeah, that. Almost.
Now put it down and get the fuck out.
Oh. And he puts it down.
As he turns around to walk out, I'm standing there.
He'd like, he's putting the stuff where it's supposed to go, and he turns around. And he moves around the old man.
Tonya, how are you, darling?
I am good. Did you find what you were looking for?
Not exactly. No.
No. How bad is it?
Oh God, it's horrible. It's a fucking disaster.
What
It's
part
fine.
of it is a disaster?
everything. He broke the crystal. He broke the
I
crystal.
could come back.
No, no.
no.
No. Do you?
Old man, how are you this evening?
I don't know.
That doesn't sound good.
Well, it ain't bad, but I don't know. I don't like the vibe. How are
See,
you?
that's what I was saying. I was saying that earlier. The vibe is a little bit off today,
Yeah.
but I can't place it. It's not it's like something is just out of sync.
Oh, Mercury just went into retrograde. That's what you're feeling.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, what?
Mercury, it's in retrograde. That's why everything is fucking up royally.
Oh,
Like the planet.
like Mercury Labs or something? Like,
And no, it's never mind. Just expect everything that can go wrong to go wrong, and people to just be out of their minds.
I do that anyway.
hey, interesting. So not like the the pharmaceutical company, right?
No.
No? Okay.
Just the planets align.
Right.
At that point, Key would walk in, hearing the tail end of that conversation, and look at Sophia, shrug their shoulders, and go, "What did you? Mercury's in the microwave again, like you call it?
Yes, exactly.
That's why everything goes.
Have you
boom.
picked an
Okay.
outfit for the ball?
The what?
The ball. Have you picked out an outfit?
Did we all RSVP already?
Well, it's happening here, and
Well, I haven't thought of a dress yet or pant. I don't know what I'm going to wear, but I won the Powerball, so I will have
you won the
some spare change.
Powerball. Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Mercury must be working in your favor then.
I thought when it's in the microwave, it goes boom, and it's bad.
No, that's.
Does that mean
tinfoil.
this Powerball
That's
winning money is
tinfoil.
bad?
I don't know. I really don't know.
You don't know. Well,
But
now
money is always good. So
speaking of money, where's Violetta?
Few seconds later, I walk in and I'm just kind of typing things up on my phone. I'm just like, my fucking Fidelity investments are fucked, right?
Mercury is fucking with all of us.
So if not
What?
Mercury Labs, are you talking about the stock price of Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We can move on.
What asinine thing are you all talking about?
It will never matter.
That's what I've been trying to tell all of you, but you'll never listen. Not to say nothing matters, and everyone gets all sentimental.
Everything matters. What is the
Oh, so
point of life if
boring.
nothing matters?
What's the point of life if everything matters? Here, you want to take drugs? You should take drugs right now. And Key holds out the little coffin.
Ew, I'm not taking
Hey,
that.
we
I
talked.
thought you said everything matters. Why
Key,
once? Okay,
Key, we
fine,
talked
fine.
about. We don't. Not a. Come on now.
Okay.
So like Metallica then.
Sure, yes, Metallica. We'll go with that.
So because nothing else matter. Oh, never
Yes,
mind.
exactly.
Okay.
But not the
Is
Miley
that-
Cyrus version. That's bullshit.
Is that a band?
Metallica.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that also in the microwave?
It should
Well, it's
not be.
metal, so no.
Old man, I think I'm going to have a session specifically for you. Just we're gonna sit down. I'm gonna have one of my DJs, take a curated list, just you, me, and the DJ, and we're gonna listen to
Yeah.
some
You know,
good
I partied with
quality
Metallica back in
music.
the 90s. They are a riot. Quite the riot. I did some tattoos for them at one point.
Uh-huh.
They turned out quite nice.
Right. Yeah, I don't want that.
When I say I used to work for, former administrators in the Reagan administration, everyone looks at me like I'm a monster, but really, I just think that means I'm business savvy.
No, it's because your personality is as attractive as a screen door on a submarine.
Would you like to
Well.
repeat that?
Let's not tonight,
No.
everybody. Let's keep it
So-
nice. So what did I miss?
Well,
well.
yeah. Old man?
Okay.
She like sits nicely on the chair and just lets her hair and waits for the story.
Violetta?
You're deferring to me now because it's my clan.
It
Well,
was
I
your
mean, we could
friend.
ask Key,
Well-
but Key will tell us about the chapstick.
Yeah, you know what that? Yeah, that's a good.
Which was very
Chapstick.
important. They're going to admit it, but we should talk later.
Chapstick.
There was
Violetta,
chapstick
tell
in the-
Sophia how nice you were. Violetta was
I was
smiling so
strangled.
big.
Oh,
Hmm?
really?
Please, I've been waiting for someone to try.
Do tell.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like if you just didn't have a vertebrae for like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
I feel like, wait, who's Violetta looking at?
She's looking at Key.
She okay. I just wanted to be 100% sure before I jumped on it, like it was me. He's just gonna start doing some lunges, stretching their back. Look at Violetta nod and go, okay, Sophia. So what nobody's telling you is Violetta went all princess and was smiling so much, trying to impress this person's what is it, Stanislava? I don't know. She seemed too big for her britches. Do we still say that? Yes, we do.
Yes.
And
we
then Key
definitely
switches
do.
sides to stretch. And they want part of our domain and stuff too. And Violetta was like, yes, yes, at their feet, ready to kiss the dirt
Oh.
from them. And
Really?
but then there's some disagreements. Violetta got mad because Tojo and I had very good questions for her. Some
Oh,
of the
she only
best
got mad
questions.
once.
That's not
Because
true.
remember,
Okay.
what's not true? I'm only telling the truth.
No, you're Key. You're doing great for you. The part
What
where
does that mean?
the part where Violetta only got mad once. That's just not.
I was gonna
That's just not true.
say, I would say so.
So, I think with all that
Anyways, Violetta gave us more jobs.
Oh, more jobs. Fantastic. More than the ones we already have. Great. Fantastic. Cool.
Old
Hey,
man, you
hey.
can take the story over from here. I have to do the other stretches, and Key just
Because
doesn't
we
do a
don't have
back
enough
bend.
jobs to begin with.
I would
Honestly,
like to attest that Violetta represented us impeccably.
Well, that's good to hear.
There was a lot
Yes,
of
thank you.
pressure being amongst the higher ups in one's clan, as you well know, Sophia, is daunting and can be nerve-wracking, and I think Violetta did very well.
Thank you.
I'll write you a review on Yelp. Also, I don't think I have a vertebrae.
So, what are these new jobs?
So, actually, please, ma'am, by all means.
What is happening is what was conveniently left out of everyone's retelling of what happened last night.
The chapstick.
Don't be a fucking child for fucking once in your life. Thank you.
No.
What was left out was the fact that the territory that we currently have was cut up without the acknowledgement of the Samitsi clan, because the Samitsi clan had plans for property restructuring and gentrification within the lower corner of the territory we currently have. And
I
the prince
see.
knew of this and still decided to cut up the
Oh,
territory. Yes,
lovely.
yes, very lovely. Also, she stated that it seems like perhaps the prince might be hiding something from us by having us all turn at each other and at each other's throats, trying to manhandle land out of each other. That's what was missing. That's what was missing.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that.
It seems that the prince had never actually given the territory to the Zamisi, but it was, I guess, an unwritten acknowledgement that our territory was under their purview or her purview. What was her? It was Stanislava, I believe. Yes.
Yes, yes.
So there is animosity because, well, we now have it. But I think maybe, and Violetta, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Stanislava understands that this was not our fault. We didn't ask for this territory. It was this domain. It was just given to us, and now she wants us to find out why.
That's correct.
Okay.
So,
And so what of their developments now? Do they want us to do anything with that, or?
they,
Yeah.
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 Information. She wants information.
Okay.
Potentially have that piece of low income housing.
Well, and I think that mixing up the demographic in the downtown core of Vancouver could actually end up being good for business. I mean, look at Cole Harbor and look at the Yale town. It's just a whole bunch of money there. But that money doesn't necessarily always spend in the downtown core, especially not in our domain. So, at least from the perspective of my clan, it might actually be a good idea. Well, my clan, meaning myself and those that are of the same mindset, we see that progressively it could actually be good for business to have a good mix of different demographics in the area. Because otherwise it will just get boring as well.
I'm just
I
going to
agree.
say this, not that I disagree with Stanislava, but there's a saying, there goes the neighborhood.
Well, let's be
Right.
honest.
But if there's an expectation of us, it might behoove us to subvert that, right? Like they've set us up to get fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So
It does have fuck off assignment written all over it, but that's to be expected of a group composed of a bunch of neonates.
So, long story short, there's a lot of fucking around going around. And we're probably about to find out. But I am not even not sure next steps. I don't know if I want to speak with the people of my clan, given how opposed they were to us receiving this domain. They might not be opposed to me directly, but opposed to the general idea of them not having this particular territory. I don't
Right.
know if I want to talk to them, really.
We are going to have to rip that band-aid off eventually. Either we go to them or they come to us.
That is
Right.
true. That said, do we I'm not sure if maybe we should request an audience with the prince. I haven't really gone to see the prince since I first arrived. It hasn't really been necessary. They've just let me kind of do my thing, and it's not been asked of me to really show up and do anything or say anything, and I'm not really about all the balls and pomp and circumstance of Elysium, so to speak.
Well,
I'll
considering they have basically put targets on all of our backs, not only with this little decision to lay all this territory on our side and not letting the Demiplanes know what the fuck is going on, and then having the Toreador guilds decide that now is a good idea for me to choose a guild, meaning I pick one guild and the rest of the guilds are pissed off. Might be worth it. Not getting any sound from Antonia.
The Nosferatu have been pretty reasonable. Like they've, as far as I've seen, has basically been, all they want is passage, and we get stuff in exchange for that. I haven't really gone through their contract in detail or anything like that, but I think that they've been the only ones who have really been, of the ones that we've met, that haven't really had any clear desire to fuck us over, so to speak, or at least that's my
mean,
impression, but I
The
don't know them.
Toreadors, on a general note, have been wanting to help our business more than hurt it, but it's just all a lot. But what I'm getting at is we really need to figure out some sort of security for ourselves as far as making sure that with all these other clans and guilds and others trying to get at this piece of territory, that we don't end up on the pointy end of something.
At the mention of the Nosferatu, the old man goes to like reach in to grab the note out of his pocket, but then changes his mind. He thinks differently of it, and then just look. You could say what you want about the Nos clan, and I know how much you like to around here, but one thing you can count on us is that as a clan, we know our place and function, and the other clans could stand to learn that. It's the push, the pull, the ebb, the flow, the clawing and the gnashing, wailing and hollering, and that's what has us fucked up here.
Everyone wants something. Even
Except
the Nosferatu.
except the dirt. We hold on to the dirt.
Yes. Dirt and whatever petty cash that you can hold in your pockets. How delightful.
Even every dollar you've made has gone through the bottom of the hoop.
Yeah, eventually it trickles down to the lower echelon and even meets trash, but that doesn't mean
No,
that there's
no,
something
no,
good
no.
about it.
No, it's a lot of the time it starts there.
No, I disagree. There are certain people that simply don't have the worth ethic. And that truly is a shame. But then on the other end, you have a bunch of disgusting graspers that work and move akin to that like snails. But then yearn and wish for something more and wish for more opportunities, and then declare themselves saying that they have just as much rights as those at the top. That seems a bit unfair. That doesn't seem very truthful at all to how it works. People are where they are for a reason. Perhaps the Nosferatu are where they are for a reason as well.
Violetta, stop projecting. You're just mad that you broke composure in front of your person when the old man doesn't break his. Okay, we get it. You're still embarrassed, but you don't have to take it out
No.
on the old man.
Shut up!
Cue tantrum in 3, 2,
I'm talking.
1.
I'm talking.
Oh, no fireworks.
I don't need to be told by some disgusting fucking low clan where the fuck I lie.
Yes, we saw it's
Remember
the feet
that,
of the
you
person who
fucking
runs it.
snake.
There's the
I hate to
tantrum.
bring this up, but low clan or not, we are all neonates and we are all getting fucked over by our respective clans, low clan or not. Well, so I think that that being low clan or not at this point or fighting over it does not behoove us.
I have a question.
Exactly.
So the prince gives us this piece of land, hoping that we all eat each other. And then what? What's the point of that?
Honestly, perhaps it's for shits and giggles. Perhaps the prince is bored. For all we know, with respect to the prince, because I'm sure there are ears somewhere that are listening, but there's no rhyme or reason to giving a group of neonates a domain.
Exactly. So why?
No, there's a reason. Think about it. The Lasombra reached out to us, but no one here is Lasombra. Nosferatu reached out to us. One of us is a Nosferatu. One of us is Simitsi. Simitsi told us that they were going to find us. Toreador reached out to us already, and someone in our coterie is a Toreador, so it's only a matter of time before the Ventru and the Ministry reach out to us.
What about the gangrel?
The Gangrel
And
are
the
also there.
Bruja.
Yes, the Gangrel and the Bruja, which notoriously aren't necessarily Camarilla clans. They're trying
But
to
the
pit
ga-
us all against
but
each other.
the gangrel are on the map.
Yes, the Gangrel are on the map, but clearly some clans favor others, historically.
Or are they just happy with what they have?
Doubtful.
Perhaps. But Gangrel
Key.
typically like to be left alone, and Bruja typically don't like the hierarchy of how things work.
They just like attention.
On that I can agree.
Yes, Tonya.
Key. My question is for Key. If the ministry were to reach out to us, are you familiar with the people that we'd be talking to? Have you met them in town?
No. Correct. My memory is no.
That is correct.
Correct. Yeah. He just shakes their head. No, I haven't met anyone here. I don't think I've seen anyone from the ministry in 2-3 years. I don't know. I'm just floating.
Maybe we should get to know them.
You haven't heard from them at all?
No, I don't need to reach out to them. I haven't heard from the people I knew before. When they need something, they'll reach out to me.
All right.
All right. And I guess the next question when we're talking about high clans and low clans and everything in between. Where the fuck are the Tremere in all of this?
Oh God.
So where are the Tremere in all of this?
Oh God, the fucking blood mages.
I don't know. I could scout, find out.
So do we ask the prince?
Ask the prince where his subjects are? No, that's too risky.
Why haven't we asked the prince why they threw us into this shit?
We can request an audience. Storyteller out of character is
That's me.
is the prince a Toreador?
The prince is a Toreador, yes. Prince Sebastian.
Lovely.
The seneschal
Alright.
is also a Toreador.
Okay, I mean, yeah. All right. If anyone wants to request an audience with the prince, and Antonia just looks at Sophia dead in the eyes. If anyone wants to request an audience with the prince, then we can definitely ask those questions.
All right. All right. I shall request an audience.
Thank you for your selfless sacrifice. Truly, we are so welcome for it.
I wouldn't talk so fast. You're probably gonna have to help her out. So
Yeah, I know. I'm going to need to do the writing for this one. I'm already prepared.
And I will bite the bullet, and I will request an audience with the Ventru Primogen and find out what the fuck with them. And Antonia has a look on her face. It's just like her eyebrows twitching. She's just like, she's had it up to here with the whole bullshit.
You know, all I wanted to do was spend this century painting my little paintings and partying. And now I have to deal with all of this.
ain't that the truth?
But did you pick the swatches?
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You did. Oh, thank Jesus for you. You know, I might need your eye for a couple more things if you wouldn't mind.
No.
I mean,
Fuck, I couldn't do it.
but your instincts,
Ah!
your instincts, they're quite good.
I don't want to hear it.
Please. Please.
I mean,
I do puppy eyes.
I think the old man has a flashback to like when he was alive, and his yeah, for sure, his second wife doing the exact same thing, and him being like, I don't know, this and this. He's like, it's perfect. I'm like, I gotta go. And
Sophia, do you want to persuade the old man?
No, she respects him too much
Oh, I
internally.
mean, like,
to
just
do
try
that.
to, since you're trying to do the puppy dog guys, do like a charisma and like persuasion.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. I will do that. I mean, you've got such a good eye. Wouldn't you want to come with me for the dress fittings? No?
What's
Please?
the equivalent of disadvantage in this game?
Oh my God.
There really isn't.
Okay, great. Roll high.
Sorry, it was charisma and what else? Persuasion?
Persuasion.
What do you have to roll against? Do I roll anything here, or just?
It would be like a difficulty of your Let's see. Probably be like your resolve and composure. Probably like willpower roll, basically.
Word.
I've got 4 successes out of 5.
Where is my composure?
It should be on the
This is
bottom
going real well.
row. I believe.
Oh, I see, I see. Resolve and composure. Yeah, that only amounts to 3 for sure.
You could rouse. Get some extra
Puppy
dice in there.
eyes.
I'm sorry.
You see like the old man like frowning, scowling, even behind like how ugly he, like how his face is naturally set in a scowl, and then it goes away and he smiles, like really like unnaturally large smile that stretches his face
Okay, too
all
much,
the way back.
Don't do
I'll
that
help.
again.
Yay.
I'll help. I get to eat your ghoul.
Done.
Great.
You pissed me off.
And on that note, yeah. So how are you bringing the old man over to the table to help now that everything's kind of laid out in that area?
Makeover.
Makeover.
And we're muted. Okay.
um,
We can't
Bruh,
afford those.
no.
Sophia just daintily like places her fingertips on his like shoulders and just like drifts him towards the corner of my mood board and my swatches and fabric samples and color palettes and everything, and just starts just going over the whole spiel and look at these plates and this plate china with these crystals and blah blah blah, and we will have this kind of menu, but for the desserts I'm thinking more this, and like, what do you think?
One of the crystals, when you look at them, old man,
Hmm.
one of the crystal goblets is there. The stem of it is there. There's like little jagged bits, but all the broken pieces are kind of packed inside.
What the fuck is this?
This is why you're going to eat my ghoul.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. That plate looks stupid. That plate looks stupid. That plate reminds me of my mom's. So I don't know. That plate's good. This tablecloth makes the plate stand out. But do plates matter, or are people just mostly doing goblets here, right? Like,
Do plates matter? Oh, you're so lovely. Do the plates matter? Of course they matter. Yes. That's a good choice. I like it.
why?
Ask Violetta. I don't know. They just look pretty.
No, we know what a plate does for everyone else.
Listen, China, patterns, they mean things historically. It's a sign of history and wealth and family lineage and all this and that. So you've got to pick the right China pattern to make sure that you're giving off the right message.
Right. So we don't want wealth. We want strength.
Yes. We want don't fuck with us because we will put you in the ground.
Then go with that one. And he points at like a rustic one that you had like pushed aside. Just like, I don't know that. It's got sharp edges.
True, I do like sharp edges.
Sophia, I do think I understand what the old man's saying. I mean, we kindred don't eat in the same sense. We wouldn't use the same traditional plates that a kind would use. The those that are alive would humans would use. So would it not say more about us if we showed that we don't care about that sort of thing, that we care, like put out the goblets, make more of a show of the goblets because we drink
Yes, but we
to
still need
feed?
champagne flutes with the goblets. It's not about what we eat, it's about what we show. The fact that we have champagne here, even though we don't drink any of it. It's the show.
It's ambiance.
All right.
It's saying
we
we have
but
it
that
just because we want to have it, and
but that's
therefore we get
playing
what I want.
that's playing their game, right?
It's the same game everywhere. We can want to play against the traditional games all we want, but traditional games are the traditional games. And if we don't play their game and win, we're nothing.
But if we don't show that we can play their game on our terms, then we're, you know,
We can play it on our terms. We just have to play it and play it well.
all right, then why don't we throw all this away and just do stone, you know?
We can find some good stone work.
It's a thought. Anyway,
Stoneware. Yes.
I think Antonia is actually going to kind of step aside and move closer to Key and just say, Key, is everything okay between you and your clan? Because I'm not going to judge and I'm not going to throw you under a bus or anything like that. It just, if there's something that might be useful in terms of whether or not they have issues with you specifically or not have issues or whatever, that would be something that knowing that would be very important. And I know you're a very private person, but I just worry that by not knowing, we potentially put you in danger.
I very much appreciate the concern, but this isn't the first time I've gone without talking to ministry people before. It always depended on when my sire was in town. More often than not, when he was in town, I knew what people were hanging out. But otherwise, kind of, as they say, a lone wolf.
Understood.
But, yeah, if they need something, they'll reach out, and then I will know he's in town.
I wonder if their silence isn't a bad thing, though. That they haven't reached out to us wanting territory, wanting domain. That silence might be a bad thing as well.
Yeah, but it's what we think is bad is not always what you think is bad, and vice versa. Who knows?
True.
But maybe they're staying out of it because everything else is so interesting to watch.
Well, if there is anything that you need or if you want our help, you know that you can always come to us and we can work through this together, because I myself am scared shitless to speak with my clan because I didn't realize that there were any issues. I was blissfully ignorant of that. So I know that, everybody goes through it their own way. If you need anything, you let us know.
But why do you and you, Violet and Sophia, all seem to have issues with your clan? The old man and I don't. Why is it you three? Why are you so scared to go back?
I didn't think that I had issues with my clan, but I know that my clan, when they do have issues with somebody, they can be particularly vicious. And particularly vicious in the sense that, well, you wind up being run out of the city. You have no
Oof.
more business contacts. You have no way of sustaining yourself. They will make life miserable, as will all clans. But with Ventru, because it has to do with money, if you're trying to run a business, they will make sure that you're not. I didn't think I had an issue with my clan. Now that I know that I do, I'm a little bit scared because I don't want that issue to get exacerbated, especially since, I'm lower generation than the rest of them. So I'm a youngling.
Hmm.
I'm just scared that the issues that they have with me are going to cause issues for all of us.
Well, if it becomes an issue, then everyone here seems pretty capable. Maybe I don't know. I think of all this as fun. I don't I don't understand all the fear, but
I'm sure that once I am older, I will be able to take more fun out into this, but at the moment I am still trying to make my way in this world. Don't want it to be fucked up too soon.
well, maybe just stop fearing if you just have fun with it. Who cares if tomorrow it's done, you know?
You speak
Thank you,
like a
Q.
shovelhead.
And you speak like someone who's actually miserable. Are you still in? Do you need? When's the last time you had a drink, Violetta?
We can't drink.
You know what I mean.
Pardon?
You're having a
When
rough
did you
night.
last eat?
Last night. Yeah. I'm fine.
Mm.
Thank you, Q.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Do the laws of like the what we do in the shadows, if you drink from a drunk person, you get drunk, does that apply?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So
We drank from someone who was on drugs. Now I'm a wizard.
Why do you think he carries drugs?
There will be no further questions at this time.
So, with that conversation semi over, does anyone else have any pressing business for this evening?
Sophia's going to, as she sees the old man actually start to critically think about things and start to put things together, and Tonya and Key are having their little exchange, and Violetta's probably checking something on her phone. She's gonna kind of slightly go off to the side and text Braden and say, aside from the ball, I'm going to need to request an audience with the prince. How do I make that happen and send that off?
And at that point, you're not expecting it anything really other than maybe a text. You kind of hit send, and then as you're moving your hand down, the phone buzzes. And it buzzes again. And this is an incoming phone call. And that's where we're going to end this particular episode. So you have to tune in next week to find out who's calling. So thank you
Is
all
it someone
for
from the Powerball?
It might be, yeah. Congratulations, you won. It's like
The fact that I said something about the Powerball and everyone was like, "Yeah, okay, Key." Just
Cash for
no
life.
questions.
It's
Just
Steve Harvey.
yeah, it's Ed McMahon. There's an old man reference for you. So thank you, everybody, for watching, and for any bits or subscriptions you have felt you needed to send us to help get some monies to all the folks on screen. Most of the money goes to them. I don't really see that much of it. So we're going to do some outros, let everybody know where you're going to be, what you're going to be doing. This is several weeks in advance, so just pay attention to everybody's social medias, I suppose. And let's start off in reverse order, going with Alan.
Hello, my name is Alan. I have been the old man. I am a producer and player of actual play and internet TTRPG content. You can find me at Questline D&D, where I work with an amazing group of people to bring you like really fun, high energy games. I also jam with Steve a lot now, so that's pretty fun. Vampire, it's starting to make sense. And I am also a comedian, and I have written sketch content on Second Besties on YouTube. So holler at your boy.
So go over to YouTube right now, go to Second Besties, and subscribe, because it's a bunch of awesome shit on there. So
look up a sketch to stay on theme. Look up a sketch called Blackula.
yes.
I'm gonna go look that up right now. Okay, so next up is Chris.
How am I supposed to go after that? Hello, I am Chris, aka D&D Imposter on all social medias. I play an Aethera on Heroes of Bastion, on Alec the Bard's YouTube, and I'll also, if you're going to PAX Unplugged in the Northeast this December, I'll be GMing there with Gehenna Gaming and Free League. Outside of that, I'm debating on making a canon then that rarely, whenever Key gets upset at the old man, they call him Tom, because that's his initials. And I don't know how I never
Oh, yes.
thought. Anyways, that's me.
Joanna.
Hi, I'm Joanna. I was playing Antonia for you, and you will find me on the socials as Hyrule Gardener, and you will find me here playing Vampire, and that is about it.
Yep. But Hyrule Gardener on a bunch of different things. So, Monica.
Hi, I'm Monica. I was playing your favorite frazzled Toreador tonight, Sophia, who has way too much shit on her mind. But I'm Monica M_art across all other social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, all the other ones. And I'm an illustrator by trade, so I have my first book coming out in September. I got my first official copy this past week, so check out Doña Quixote: Rise of the Night, and the subsequent sequel coming out the following year.
Hashtag buy Monica's book.
Yay.
And last, but certainly not least, the resident, the meatsy, Michaela.
Hello, I am Michaela, otherwise known as Cosmic_Dazai. I was playing your completely and controls Mitzi for tonight's game. You can find me on the Twitters, the Instagrams, Tumblr, because I'm sad. And I believe around this time, perhaps the game I'm GMing will be out. Maybe. Where I torture my players for fun. I'm actually upfront about what I do.
No storyteller tortures their players.
What are you talking about?
Where would that be?
Baloney.
Where would that game be, Michaela?
You get a text.
Ouch, I deserve that one. Okay. And this guy's Storyteller Steve. So if you want to help out the channel, if you are watching us on Twitch, you can go below, give us a follow. If you have a bit of money, or if you have the Amazon Prime subscription and you link it to your Twitch, you can give us some of Jeff Bezos' money if you subscribe down below. And the money goes to the folks on screen. If you are watching this on YouTube, subscription is free. But if you want to become, if you want to send us a bit of cash, the membership is only $3, and that gives us actually about the same amount of money as we would get as a subscription on here. So on Twitch, sorry. Or you could go over to our Patreon. Our Patreon, for just $1, you get all of our behind the scenes stuff. And for the $5 option, if you're just finishing watching this episode now on Twitch or YouTube, tomorrow you can watch it on Patreon for just the $5 subscription. And again, the money is shared with all of our players. Or you could go to our Threadless shop, get something like this, which is our leading D10 design. And you can get the Meat Sea shower curtain if you really, really wanted to. And if you do, set it up, make it look, flatten it out, make it look all nice. Take a picture of it, send it to Cosmic Dazai on all social medias, everywhere, just so that Michaela can see that the clan is represented. So we are going to find somebody to raid out if we're on Twitch. If we're on YouTube, we can't do that. So we will see you next week with another episode. Have a good night, everybody.